Good day. I know I can't sing, but good day, everyone. I am going to be chatting with you about affirmation audios, like how to create your own audio for your affirmations, your goals, for your future self, visualization, anything that you would like to use it for, you can do that. I'm just focusing on affirmations for today. I hope this video is helpful. If you do like it, please share it with other people. Comment if you have anything to say. I love to hear from you guys, but let's hop right into it. First things first, even if you don't really know how to do affirmations, I think this step is helpful. Say right now, today, you have certain issues that you're dealing with or limiting thoughts. Maybe you're thinking to yourself like, I'm not worthy, or I can't find a job, and things like that. So you take those thoughts and I want you to write them down as you think of them throughout the day. So say right now when you're watching this, if something came to mind, write it down. Jot a note down in your notes. So then step 2, as you're going throughout the day and you start to see, okay, this negative thought I have or this limiting belief I have, then I want you to replace it, like I was saying, with a better feeling thought. So my Uncle Michael, my late Uncle Michael, he used to always say that. Think a better feeling thought. So what I want you to do when you're doing this is when you feel and you're saying like I'm worthy, or I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. It doesn't feel good. It feels icky if you really sit down and like think about it. But what does feel good is I am worthy. I am worthy. When you feel like in your gut, you're like, I can't find a job. There's no jobs out there. Everything is limited. Nothing's fair right now. It sucks out there. When you start to feel like that, there's something that you can say. And there's many things you could say, but this is one that I thought of. There are always so many opportunities available to me. You could even say there are so many job opportunities available to me. I keep my hand open and ready to receive them. I keep my hand open and ready to receive them, and just keep saying that to yourself out loud when you're writing it down and just feeling into that. See how that feels in your body. Because when I say that, it gives me goosebumps, because literally there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, there probably is millions of jobs out there. There are some available to you, more than one available to you. So don't think that you are limited when it comes to the job market right now, or to your opportunities, or to any business. Say, for instance, you're feeling like you're a failure. Like you keep saying, I fail, I suck. And all these just mean, terrible things you say to yourself and beat yourself up. Because I think the meanest person a lot of times is us. Like, it's not the people in the comments, it's not the bullies, it's we bully ourselves so much. So if you see yourself saying like, I'm a failure, I suck, I'm a loser, sit down and think about how could you replace that thought. Like, actually sit down and think about that. Like, you're not a loser. Just because you've lost does not mean you're a loser. That means you've lost before. We've all lost before. We've all failed before. There's a quote or a way of thinking that my VP years ago, Lynn, so if Lynn happens to watch this, shout out to you. But Lynn, she used to say she had multiple different ways to be able to like replace I'm a failure, I'm a loser. And one of them was like, I never see failure as failure. I see it as a chance to learn and grow. And that's the one that I held on to. There was like 4 or 5 other ones, but I really like that one because it resonated with me. When I fail, I learn. Sometimes we fail and we don't learn. Sometimes it takes falling 7 times before you learn. But I still see failure as a chance to learn and grow. I still see failed relationships and friendships as a chance to learn and grow. They're not failures. They were just lessons. So start to think of it that way. And you could also look up affirmations like, online to see what aligns with you. Like, there are people that write affirmations all the time. I myself like to write them. For myself, I used to post them on my stories on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram right now, and I don't know when I'm going to be back. But when I do, I like to post affirmations, declarations, positive things to help people when they're going through it, so they can kind of take that gem and use it for the next time that they're in that low point, or the next person who's in that low point. The next step, the third step, would be to rewrite these goals. So after you probably have dirtied up your paper, with writing it or putting it in your phone. You probably have got it all, I don't want to say crazy looking, but it could be a little chaotic. It doesn't look well put together. So what I want you to do is rewrite the goals. I recommend when you're doing all of these exercises that you handwrite versus typing. Typing is cool, like in the moment, if you have to real quick type it up because you thought of it when you were at work or something. But writing it is powerful. Writing the affirmation part is powerful. You could look at studies and hear people's testimonies on how seeing your goals, seeing your affirmations in your own handwriting, how powerful it is. So when you're doing this next step, I recommend, highly recommend, writing them out in your own handwriting. Even if the worst case scenario is writing it on, out on your iPad or tablet with the pen, I think that's better than typing it. Now, when you go to record, if you need to type it so that you could see it in legible writing, maybe you have terrible handwriting like me. My handwriting is not the best, But if you have writing like that, then maybe it is helpful to type it for the recording part. But in general, when you're doing these first couple steps, I would hand write everything. So what you're going to do now is you're going to rewrite all the affirmations, declarations, not the limiting beliefs part, not the old beliefs that you had. We're not including those at all. We're rewriting the affirmation, how we want it to be outlined for when we do the audio. Some people do it by like topics. It could be by, I don't know, in order just from how you wrote it. It doesn't matter. Whatever order you want it to be written for the audio, this is how you want to rewrite it. Step 4 is figuring out what format do you want to use for the recording. So for instance, an example is, say you want it to be where you're hearing the recording and then you're saying this, when you hear your own recording later, you're saying that affirmation back. So an example would be, say in the affirmation, you're saying, I am worthy. There's a pause. I am brave. There's a pause. I am beautiful. There's a pause. It's so that once the recording is done and you're playing it, you're able to say that affirmation out louder in your head. How I do it is if I record it that way, when I'm saying I am worthy, then while the recording is going, while I'm recording the audio, I will say in my head, I am worthy. So it's like the same amount of time it would take for me to say it if I was saying it out loud later on in the future. So that's how I'll do that. I am worthy. And then in my head, I am worthy. I am brave. I am brave. The second thing you could do is you could actually have, say, someone else, like someone who you look up to, someone who you admire, or someone who's like a leader figure in your life who makes you feel safe. You could have them read your affirmations. Ask them, hey, can you read my affirmations? And when they do it, how you'd want to write your affirmations out is not I am or I am brave. You would want them to say you, because they're speaking to you. It's like they're declaring this to you. They're making it so that you believe this is so. You are worthy. You are brave. You are beautiful. You are exceptional. You see, you could have them read it that way. That's another way to do it. And when you're doing it that way, you don't necessarily have to do the pause breaks because you're listening to the audio. I think these type of audios are really good too for like when you're going to sleep or when you're like meditating in spaces where you could have somebody kind of telling you, reading it back to you. I think that's really helpful. Those two. And then there's, like I said, there's other ways you could do it. You could also read it in your own voice saying you are brave, you are special, you are important, because it's also like you're speaking to you and your inner child, like letting her know or letting him know, like, this is who you are. You are not what your thoughts are saying you are. You are worthy. You are special. You are important. You are destined for great things. You are going to have this. You are more than enough. There is more than enough out there for you. All the list goes on, and you may have long or short affirmations, but getting in that space, it's a beautiful thing, guys. It's beautiful. So try one of those 3 options, and there's more. Like I said, you can go look online and kind of listen to YouTube videos or other people's affirmations and see, oh, okay, that's how they do it. And then you could do it this way. The next step would be selecting your music. You don't have to have music in your audio, but some people do like it. And what I would take into consideration when you're selecting your music is, when will you most likely listen to this audio? Are you going to listen to it when you're working out most likely? Are you going to listen to it when you're walking? Are you going to listen to it when you're just in your car or just chilling, meditation? So I would keep that in mind, because if I'm going to the gym to work out, I would not just put like slow, soft music in the background of my affirmations. I would put like something with a beat, like, yeah. I'm just kidding. Like salsa music or like a reggae beat or something uplifting and just kind of fast, because when you work out, a lot of times you're doing fast, intense workouts, or even when you're walking, you may want something more chill and smooth. You may want even jazzy type music. You could select whatever you want. It's fully customizable. Do whatever you want. You could take worship music without any words. I personally recommend not having words in the audio, because then it kind of takes away from the affirmations. But if you get a nice flowy, like where they're not speaking a lot, or maybe they're just using certain words, or maybe they're in the music themselves, they're like affirming certain things, that could be helpful. You also could do the binaural beats. I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. I just listen to them and I've never heard anybody say the word. I just know what it looks like. But binaural beats, they're very healing, like frequencies. You could also play those in the background. Whatever floats your boat, you could do that. You also could record the affirmations without any sound, and then you could use different tech to be able to put different music behind it. I'm not going over that because this is not like a in-depth tutorial. I just wanted to give people who just want simple steps to be able to make this happen, for them to make it happen. You can, excuse me, you could use YouTube Studio for audio. They have a lot of royalty-free music, which again, it's not really that important because you're using it for yourself. You're not using it to resell, so you could use any music you want. But YouTube Studio, they have that. They have Epidemic Sound. You could use your Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, whatever. Look for instrumentals, take your time. And as I said, if you do just record it without any music in the background when you record it, then you could just change the music for 2 different recordings. Like you could just add the music underneath it or on top of it. So again, Google that. You could learn multiple ways to make that happen. So I would say like the final step or the final steps are, where do I record? Where do I record and what do I need? I think the first step is you need your phone. Your phone, if you don't have the technology like a mic or something, you need your phone. So my phone is not on me because I'm going through a dopamine detox, so I'm not even using my phone throughout the day. I think I only get like 1 hour of time of using it, so my phone is nowhere near me at this moment. But if I had my phone, I'll put it up right here for you. My phone, you could use your phone using the recorder app, or you can download an app that records. Like there's plenty of apps for your iPad, for the desktop computers, for your phone to be able to record an audio with your voice, an audio recording. So you get that app out and then you start recording. But what is most important, I think, not even the mic, because mics, they work, but in order to get the best sound, you need to go somewhere where there's less, oh my gosh, I just realized this whole time my computer has been like, I'm so sorry. I just realized my computer was like making hella noise. I just realized my computer is making hella noise this whole time I've been recording. So hopefully it's not in the audio. I just wasn't paying attention. So if it is, I'm sorry. The last step or final steps are really like, where do I record this? And so when you're recording, I would just find somewhere that is more quiet. This could be outside if you want. Like if you live in a city, it may not be the best place because of the cars and everything. But if you're outdoors by like an ocean or a waterfall or a lake or a stream, that actually is a nice sound to have in the background. And it's a natural sound that you do not have to find online. So that's a very helpful thing. Like me, I haven't been able to record in the actual outdoors like that. I have done like the sounds of rain or waterfalls via the internet, YouTube, and other music sources, but you can do the real thing. I like to record in my car. That's where I'll do it most of the time. You could do it underneath a blanket, in a closet. Just don't do a bathroom or anywhere where it's going to echo. You do not have to have a mic. You could just use your phone. You could literally take your phone and record like that. Now, if you do have a mic, and I'm going to show you all the various mics that I have, because there's a lot of ways you could do this. This is my first mic I ever had for YouTube when I started back in September. It was a $10 mic that I got on sale for like $7 on Amazon. I can't use it anymore on my new iPhone because it's not USB-C, but that one worked fine. You could use your wired headphones. I also have like a wireless mic for my phone and you see it has various inputs. You could use that too. I got this for like 20 something dollars on Amazon. You could use your AirPods, or like I said, you could just use your phone. I also have like an actual mic that I'm using to record right now that came with my camera. So you could do a mic or you cannot. It's for you. It does not have to be professional quality. It just needs to be quality enough that you could hear it and resonate with it. So don't spend a lot of money. If anything, like I said, use your wired headphones or your AirPods, or even buy the little $7 mic if you plan on doing the affirmations more often than not. But it's all very useful. All of it. It's very useful, whether you use it just with your phone or with the mic. But just like I said, don't go spend money that you don't necessarily need to spend for it. And once you get in the car or whatever space you decide to do it in, you just read those affirmations from the page and make sure you're feeling it. Like when you're saying it, just because that energy will transfer out of the audio, feel into your body. Like when you're saying those affirmations, and just close your eyes. I mean, you probably can't close your eyes because you're reading it, but feel into your body. If you're reading your goals, say it like it happened, like it is so. I am the owner of a multi-billion-dollar company, or I am the CEO of this, or, I'm a world traveler and and feel it in your soul, your whole being. And it's going to be so weird if you don't normally do this, but affirmations, it's very important that you feel it when you're saying them, not just saying them. And I didn't realize this when I was younger. I was like, oh, I'm just going to say the affirmation. Oh, just say it. And I'm saying it with like an attitude, or I'm saying it like with my eyes rolling, or I don't believe it. Say it like you mean it. Even if you don't believe it all the way right now, pretend you do. Act like you do. Because the energy that's going to come up when you're faking it, like, it's funny because I don't like that quote, fake it till you make it. But I do at the same time, because sometimes you have to like literally, like they say, faith it till you make it. You have to act the way, even if you don't feel it right now. So you have to start saying it like you mean it, even though you don't truly or authentically all the way in your soul believe it. But you have to like become it. You have to like pretend to be it. You have to play that character when you're reading it. And what will happen is you will start to become her. You will start to become him. You will start to positively brainwash yourself to be this individual. And I know people don't like the word brainwash, but it's stuck with me. You can positively brainwash yourself. You can negatively brainwash yourself. Brainwash yourself. Influence yourself. Drive yourself towards this direction. Whatever word you want to use, do that, and do it 10,000%. And I promise you, you'll see a change. I'm not saying every single thing that you affirm is going to come to pass right now, but it will at some point. Some people, I feel like we don't believe enough. We don't believe it. Oh, I don't believe that I can be a multimillionaire. I don't believe that I could break this generational curse. I don't believe that I could lose 3 inches. Or they say it like in a ridiculous way, like, I want to lose 40 pounds in 1 month. Like, that's not even healthy. Like, why would you want to put your body through that? Like, the goal, the affirmation is the goal. It could be, I want to lose 40 pounds over the next 6 to 8 months. I am losing 40 pounds over the next 6 to 8 months, you know what I'm saying? Or however you're doing it, your affirmations, goals, declarations, intentions. But be specific, be present, do it in present tense, and believe it with every fiber you have, even if you have to fake the belief, like play a character when you're doing it. I don't want to say fake it because I feel like that's negative, but play the character that you want to become. And you will become her. You will become him. That's all I have for today, and I hope this video is helpful for you. Please let me know if you do decide to make this audio, and if you have any other tools that you use or you came across, please share it with the comments for someone else or even me, because I like to do these like every quarter or sometimes every month, depending on my mood. But it's really been helpful for me, like even more than a vision board. Like, I love my vision board, but I really love listening to my affirmations, and listen to them wherever you go. This makes it where you have no excuses. Like in the morning, if you don't have time to read your goals, that's okay. When you're in your car on the way to work, you can. When you're doing your dishes, you can. When you're walking the dog, you can. When you're taking out the trash, you can. You can make the audio as long or as short as you want. You can listen to it while you're sleeping. There's so many options, so there's no excuses anymore. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. With all of my love, Lana.